let's get into the second game of the day. Map number 2 in the first best of 3 for the Ting Open, spawning in the upper left side of Arena. He's up 1-0 in the series, playing for Team Extreme Supremacy. It's Elazer.
In the bottom left as the green Protoss, he's AcRo.
So a quick mention about our website, again just plugging it, making sure everybody's fully aware of it, basetrade.tv. One of the big aspects of it is it has an events calendar where you can see all the upcoming Ting qualifiers, Ting group stages, you name it, but also all the other stuff we cast. Now yesterday we got a little excited for the announcement. I was under complete misunderstanding. I guess we had wanted to make the calendar localized to people's time zones, but there was actually no way to do that. So apologies on that as I see someone bring that point up in chat. But a lot of you at this point, we're 2 games in and are probably sitting here thinking like, I'm just enjoying the StarCraft. But some of you may be thinking, what is Ting? We have some actual like pointers and things we have to talk about, but there's some points I want to talk about. And one of the ones I want to talk about is just a little TLDR. Ting is a mobile service in the United States. Sadly, in Canada, I don't have access to it. But everything I've seen through Reddit, through Team Liquid posts, like immediately we had people posting, verifying that, oh, hey, I've used Ting in the past and it was great. The coolest thing I liked about meeting with these people, because we had talked about this before, was during the meeting, there was a lot less emphasis on trying to advertise through StarCraft and a lot more on just trying to explain to us how much Ting genuinely wanted to save people money. Now, I'm purposely not putting links or anything after that comment because I don't want it to get too sellout, but it was very genuine and very, very focused on, hey, we want you guys to understand, like, we just want to help people. We don't want to just, like, you know, buy a bunch of viewers or something like that. And I thought that was really cool. That was pretty legit.
Yeah, they were really pretty awesome to work with. We went to go see them in Toronto.
The best part, though, is the hashtag passion. Like, I know Jesse's in chat, and maybe some of you will have the luck of playing him in StarCraft, but that dude is so excited for StarCraft, like, all the time. And I love it and love him for it.
Yeah, it's really nice to work with people that really, really love StarCraft. This is Arena, of course, and as we just saw, that Roach push did a lot of damage on Lairlac, which is slightly bigger, and Arena being slightly smaller, I can actually expect the exact same push. It just looks like a very easy win in general for Zerg. It looks like the Protoss definitely has a lot. I'm gonna be honest, it looks like it has more work to do to defend that than the Zerg right now, which is usually not what you want. But we'll see if that changes if someone else figures out a way to deal with that type of push. But certainly on a map this small, it just makes a lot of sense.
I actually think if AcRo had done the same opener as last game, but instead went for a Robo instead of a Stargate, I think it would have actually been plenty fine. It would have had probably 2 to 3 Immortals instead of barely 1. Defenses would have been more capable. So the fact that he's going to Robo this game, yeah, it might look better. Downside is that there is a small rush distance, but putting even so much as just a pylon here can buy a lot of time for AcRo if he's really worried. But he's scouted that third. I think he knows he's pretty safe to get this Robo going, and as long as he doesn't do something weird like fast tech to disruptors and actually get an army on the field, I think he'll be good to go. But you're right, I agree entirely. Protoss definitely has the work to do. The easy mode click of the spammable mothership core is no longer here. For those who aren't up to date with the patch, Photon Overcharge used to only cost 25 energy, now it costs 50. They've compensated for it by making it attack faster and last a little bit longer, but 50 energy means you cannot spam it on 8 pylons anymore.
So what's interesting is you say a weird fast disruptor build, and certainly that is weird considering what we've seen from Protoss most of the time. But Billowy, a couple of weeks ago, was showcasing a couple of fast disruptor builds, specifically on Preon Terraces, because that was also known as a very good Roach Ravager Queen bust map. Now, it was still very difficult to utilize it correctly, and that was a push, I think, that occurred a little bit later than what we've been seeing from Elazer and our Archon partners yesterday. But still, the idea is there that, yes, it's that one hit, and if you don't get that hit, you die. But it actually might be your only hope. It's hard to say quite yet.
Not paying attention to those sentries could have saved that stock or maybe priorities on energy, but that's still a free pick for Elazer, which isn't bad at all. Let's get eyes on that third. Overlord sacking itself in the main for a scout. Now, Immortals have a really cool dynamic in the game, and what I really, really enjoy about them is the way they affect A, focus fire, but B, just A-movie army engagements, that barrier ability, soaking up 200 health, some players we've seen specifically try and power through it and just focus it down. Like, okay, I see you pop the ability, I'm still just going to shoot you and kill you in 3 shots instead of 2. Others have chosen to ignore the immortals altogether, and some don't even go swapping back to them after the barriers weren't off. But there's been a lot of interesting dynamics where we thought, oh, he's going to take down the rocks. I don't know that this is good for AcRo. This, I don't know about this. Okay, hang on, we'll hold my other thoughts for the time being. This seems dangerous, like really dangerous. He doesn't have an army value big enough to do this.
He's about to get one, and that's, you know, in Heart of the Swarm, you push out with like only a handful of units, and then you suddenly see that Warp Prism warp in, like, you know, 2 warp ins real quick, like, and suddenly it's a huge immortal bust army, you know, and that was always scary. Legacy of the Void, 2 base all-ins are kind of questionable, and especially if Elazer is already at the point at 56 drones on 3 bases, he's going for army the same time you are, and it only makes sense that Zerg's going to be a little bit better at getting the bigger army faster. So this is usually what happens when we see this bust occur, unless you really surprise the Zerg.
The Mothership Core almost takes that hit. Getting a little bit scary. And here's the Warp Prism, so at least there'll be some reinforcements. He did slap down about 5 gateways while this was going down as well, just now transferring them all to gateways, or into warp gates, excuse me.
Yeah, it's kind of too late though. Attack already occurring. Elazer's gonna get whatever free damage or somewhat free damage he can with the Corrosive Biles. A lot more limbs coming out too. Some things actually get through. That Adept failed hardcore. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah. Gets should have not really gotten any kills, but the army on the other hand on the map, I don't think he's paying attention to this. Looks away for a second, gets destroyed even faster. GG! Elazer will take the first series today, 2-0, advancing on to the brackets.